I'm just going to post this and I'm going to give some information because right at this point, like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation. So please, like, this is literally not just for authorities in Denver, Colorado. This is like anyone on the outside that can help, because I'm not joking when I say this to you. Federal agents, police officers, lawyers, politicians, so many people are involved in this cult. It's a secret society. And the reason I know a lot of this stuff is because my daughter basically got roped into it, trafficked by this organization that her father belonged to. And I caught on too late. And I had an investigator trying to help me and was uncovering a lot of stuff. But then all of a sudden his life is being threatened and there's nowhere he can go. So if anyone of authorities that can have like an investigation literally done on a city, I'm gonna give names and I'm gonna like tell you, and if anyone can forward this to see if we can possibly get the city of Denver, I don't even know if that's even possible, but I'm in danger and they are not gonna let me go. They stole 2 inheritances of mine and now they've hacked into my Edward Jones account and they can pay anybody off. So basically they got my advisor to like take money out of the account, so I was trying to pay rent, so I couldn't pay rent. Right now they're trying to make me go crazy, unalive myself, like make me look erratic, basically, so that they can say the whole thing that they needed to do for me was because of this inheritance. It all started out with that, where I needed to look crazy, otherwise I would get the inheritance. And when I found out, it turned out that my family, my Aunt Nancy Ostrom, Ostrum, was involved in a secret society. This is a cult. These people do not worship God. They worship they're Satanists. This cult, the secret society, is like a religious organization. They hide it behind the church so that basically they don't have to pay taxes or anything on that. Every Sunday they hold services for these people to come in each time. And these people, these different levels of people, are people who help sabotage, unalive, do rituals on many people in probably all over, but I'm going to say Denver. Basically, mostly single mothers. What they'll do is they'll somehow get the ex-husband involved, offer him lots of money to basically do things to like harass the mother, take the child away, to eventually get trafficked. I don't think some fathers know that their kids are being trafficked. I just think that they end up doing that. But basically they put cameras in the homes of the mothers. They're trafficking all of them. This is organ, this is human, and this is drug trafficking in Denver, Colorado. The name of the church is St. James, but they know they've been under investigation, so they've been very careful about not doing anything at the church. But anyone that's affiliated with that church is this cult. So basically what they do is they have judges that will help get the child taken away from the mother, create false cases. There's, I heard the DA's office is involved. I'm hearing judges were involved. Judges was involved in my case. Like basically when I found out my daughter was pregnant and I was trying to get her help, I got stopped immediately. CPS showed at my door and basically told me that my daughter said that I abuse her. I've never touched my daughter. I haven't talked to my daughter since July 4th, basically, because they don't want me to see that she's pregnant. So they had a judge, they had a CPS worker concoct some sort of case. This is Karen Huber with the Denver Family Court. My ex-husband's name is Rob Heil, H-E-I-L. They have my daughter. I haven't seen her. They won't let me talk to her. They just tell me that she says these things. I don't know if she says it. I do know that she has joined this cult, but I don't think it's voluntarily. She's 14 years old. She became an underage prostitute, and they use her to basically do sexual favors for like judges and whatnot so that they can get certain things done. There are so many people in this city involved that, like, right now, because my lease is up at the end of this month, I had a TikTok account because they kept shadow banning my YouTube. But basically, I went on TikTok, and now they've hacked into my TikTok account, changed my passwords and everything, and now they're sending things out to harass all these people. They're trying to get into my Edward Jones account to empty my retirement accounts. They have my financial advisors involved, Matt Cox with Edward Jones, and then there's a Nick with Edward Jones and Cedra Woolley that have been paid to basically remove money from my account. The thing that sucks is they know they can do this because the police officers in my district, which is Denver Police Department District 3, are involved. They've shown up at my house, like, making false claims where I haven't even left my house. These people can get away with this because they have judges and lawyers and police officers, FBI agents involved. Every time I filed a report with they even got my accountant to basically like do my taxes, so I owe way more than I ever have when I wasn't working half the year. They're trying to make my life miserable on top of they just took my daughter away from me. My aunt's name, who's a part of this organization, is Nancy Ostrom. It's Osturm. Everett Ostrom is her husband. They stole an inheritance of mine. It was millions of dollars. What they do is they put life insurance policies on these mothers and eventually hope that the mothers unalive themselves or they'll end up unaliving them. And then they get paid out for the life insurance policies. And this is how all these people, this secret society, this huge cult of Denver, make their money. They take the kids, they start grooming them by sending them porn and under the nose, and then they eventually have the ex-husband start slandering the mother, start making up stories about how they're crazy. They heavily alienate your child away from you to where you can't, like, where all of a sudden the child's making false claims against you. My daughter is being completely blocked from me. I haven't heard from her, and the judge is okay with that. I brought in evidence, like, listen, these are the letters I received from people that said that they are working with this organization and that they were warning me about my daughter. Like, and she goes, we're not going to go by anonymous letters. But yet my ex-husband didn't have to provide any proof that I have a history of mental illness, which has never been claimed in any doctor's appointment or therapy appointment ever. And all he had to do was say that. And then possibly my daughter did say something. I don't know. Like, nobody said anything. CPS worker made claims that, like, all these people called her. And I was like, well, who are the names? I don't go anywhere. I'm gang stalked. Like, I didn't say that, but I was like, I don't go anywhere. I don't have friends. Like, who's saying this? And she was like, oh, a police officer called, said that you were erratic in the street. Like, just made stuff up. And the judge was like, and then when I was like, this is just unfair, judge. Like, you haven't even looked at my evidence, the letters and everything. And she was like, I don't need to. Clearly, based on all of these people sitting here, have said that you have a history. So clearly you are delusional. I think you do need help, Miss Heil. And then basically I take all of your rights away from your daughter until you can use the Talking Parents app, and then pay $3,500 to have monitored visits with my daughter. I don't have that money. And then I was going to sign up for the Talking Parents app, but then I have a hacker that's like basically just now locked me out of everything, locked me out of my accounts, and then immediately it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, what if this hacker goes in and creates like me saying certain things? And you can't take those statements out, and those are court recorded. And so I was like, I can't do this. And so then my ex is like, well, then I'm not going to talk to you about our daughter. And even when I just said, is there any way that you can just have her like send me a voice message telling me that she thinks that I'm abusing her, or that she doesn't want to ever see me again? Like, she doesn't even want to see her animals. She has like her favorite stuffed animal that she can't sleep without, that she hasn't even asked about. I'm asking people for help to please forward this. And if you know authorities or anything, I have to be out by the end of this month. What I'm getting, because I was supposed to pay rent, I went to go take it out and the financial advisor moved the money out of the account. So I'm assuming they paid him just like my last advisor that I had to move from. Basically, like when they know I'm calling, they won't answer the phone. So there's nothing I can do about it. So I couldn't pay rent. So I know that now they're going to try, and the leasing agents for my apartment are involved. So I know they're going to try and think of some way to like get me kicked out on the street. I have no money because they're blocking my Edward Jones account, and I was keeping it there because they were hacking into my bank account. If anyone knows who can help me, this has been really hard. And they not only stole an inheritance, there was another one that my ex-father-in-law, who was the only one that loved me in this family, left for my daughter and I, and they took that. They basically, I heard they had false court cases. Like this woman was telling me that they like got a false judge. All these people. My ex-husband's Rob Heil. It's Heil. Margaret Heil is his mother. She's involved in I don't even know if unaliving, but like involved in the court cases. She's involved in hiring people to harass me, to follow me, to hack me, to do all of this stuff. There's one thing, there's a government guy by the name of Eric Michael Young. His birth date is 8/20/70. He was this government guy where he's my handler. And anytime I try to call the FBI, they're on it, and he basically calls me crazy, and then they drop it on me. This man got my daughter pregnant. My daughter, that's why they're hiding her. He was purchasing her in hopes that they would leave the country. He has a wife. He's actually a pastor. And he's a part of this church, this religious organization. He basically has plans to leave the country with my daughter and keep her there, but then come here where he's married and has a facade of a family. This man is high up for the secret society, this cult. These people do rituals, this woman told me, on people like witchcraft. They do things to unalive people. They poison people. They do all kinds of these crazy things to people. I can't get help on my own. And it's like, if I can get anyone, the second they're like going to help me, all of a sudden, like they won't return my call, or they'll just say, oh, I don't know if I don't know, you don't have enough information. We can't do anonymous, just whatever. And these women that have been helping me are scared, obviously. And I just became not scared because my daughter is my life. And if I can't have her, then so please, someone help me. My name's Amy Heil, Heil. I live in Denver, Colorado. I live in, and I'm not crazy, I promise you. I've held off from doing this because I didn't want this narrative. And of course I don't want slander and gossip, but I was spewing their names out on my channel, TikTok channel, at Enlightened Aries, where I was exposing everything, their names and everything. They did nothing because they know if like anyone looks them up, they can catch their crimes. These people, I was so out of it for so long because they were doing rituals. They were vandalizing my house, my car, and I had no idea where it was coming from. And they were obviously doing witchcraft on me, just like at the same time, like turned my daughter into an underage prostitute, like under my nose. The other person heavily involved in this is John Leon Augustiniak. It's his birthday is 9/5/77. This man is heavily involved. This woman told me that basically what they do is they do spell work on these single mothers that are down and out, and he puts poison in their food, and then he breaks in and rapes these women while they're drugged. And he takes pictures of this because there's a group of people on the dark web that like watching this stuff. And I'm hearing that she said it might have happened to me, but I don't remember that. I can't call the police. I can't go to anyone. Right now, I have 2 people that are literally just sitting in their car listening to me right now because all my phones are hacked. Like this guy. Just sitting in his car, looking at his phone. So I'm followed everywhere I go. I don't know what their plans are for me leaving, because if I leave, I don't know where I'm going to go. And if they're going to follow me, if they have this many people, the biggest thing is that they have the cartel, and my daughter actually became a part of the cartel. She joined this gang, and this woman was telling me that she didn't want to join it, but they have her heavily drugged, on drugs, on alcohol, pregnant. If anyone of authorities, if you know of anyone with authorities or anyone that can help me, all my devices, all my emails, all my phones are hacked. I don't know what to do. I'm at the Lodge Apartments in Denver. I know this is dangerous to give out my address, but I'm at B411, and these people are ruthless. And I don't know if real live FBI agents are watching. I've called every trafficking outlet ever. I've given names, everything. Could this be going on in other areas? Yes, absolutely. I've actually been having people on my TikTok channel that have been talking about the same things and experiencing the same things. These people are growing. There's underground tunnels. This is a huge trafficking ring, and the entire city of Denver is involved. I mean, important people of Denver, that basically someone like me isn't going to be able to get any help. So this is my only chance. Please take me seriously. And if you know of any authority figures, FBI agents, anyone that can do like a city investigation, or just help me go into witness protection or something, or just get me out of here. They've been vandalizing my car. I just have this feeling like right before I am going to move, they're going to like call my movers and have them not show, vandalize my car. Like, I don't want to manifest that, but you know what I mean? These people are ruthless, and I don't know what to do. Anyway, I know this is a crazy message, but this is just my last resort. They've kicked me out of my TikTok, and I'm just hoping they don't have this channel. Please help me.